As members of the Global Farmer Network,
we believe agriculture is part of the solution,
not part of the problem.
We are committed to developing agricultural leaders
and sharing their stories across the globe.
We have one purpose:
to amplify the farmer's voice.
My voice.
Mi voz.
La mia voce.
My voice.
Welcome to Global Farmer Voices, a podcast by the Global Farmer Network where we invite farmers from around the world to share their stories and perspectives. Hello, I'm Delaney Howell, host of this podcast series, and we're thrilled to continue the celebration of our 25th anniversary, a milestone year for the Global Farmer Network. Each month, we plan to continue highlighting some great themes, showcasing how our members have shown up over the last 25 years. This April, we're celebrating 25 years of dedicated stewardship, caring for our soil, crops, and planet. Today, we highlight a true leader in sustainability and stewardship, Jeff Bidstrup from the inland area of Queensland, Australia. As a third-generation farmer, Jeff has long understood the importance of responsible land management. His commitment to stewardship not only has shaped his own farming practices, but has also been instilled in the next generation. Now, with the farm passed down to his sons, the Bidstrup family continues to cultivate a diverse range of crops, including sorghum, corn, cotton, wheat, chickpeas, mung beans, and barley. Join us today as we learn more about Jeff's story and his role in stewardship.
My family had farmed here. I'm a third generation, and my sons have now pretty much have taken over. And I still farm a little bit, but I really don't do very many hard yards. So we farm in southern inland Queensland in Australia, so that's about halfway up the east coast, and we're about 3 hours inland. It's regarded as one of the more a prime area in Australia. It's probably not the best, but it's not too far off it. We have flat black soil. We're very flat, and so waterlogging can be an issue for us. All our farms have been laser leveled and to create some drainage, but it's very, very flat. Bit like the Red River Valley for the Americans.
Being a good steward starts with understanding the land's unique challenges. Farmers like Jeff understand their land best and implement operational practices that promote the long-term productivity of the land. Jeff recognizes that while soil composition and water management play a crucial role in Australia's agricultural industry, climate remains one of the biggest factors affecting agriculture.
So in all of Australia, climate is our biggest issue, most likely. At times it can be trade and other things, but it's always climate. We're the driest inhabited continent. Our particular area is a more favoured area, and we get around 26 inches or 650 mil of rain per annum on average. But that changes from 8 inches to 48 inches. And I don't remember the last time we had an average rainfall. It's always over or under, which is quite disconcerting for people that aren't used to that. And I have contact with friends from around the world who can't get their head around the fact that we can actually farm when we might only get 8 inches. And for the last 6 years, I think we've actually had a very good run. We've only had one dry year, and that was a very dry one. We had 8 inches, which is 200 mil. But even then, with our current farming systems, we practice conservation or zero tillage. We do tram lining, and the machines stay on their tram lines all their life. And we still grow crops.
Jeff and other farmers continue to adapt their operations to changing climate conditions. Beyond soil management, other factors like crop rotation and pricing play a significant role in the long-term sustainability and stewardship on Jeff's multi-generational farm. Over time, Jeff has optimized fertilizer usage and embraced genetically modified technologies to further enhance the efficiency and stewardship of his practices.
We grew cotton 28 years straight, and cotton was our primary crop. And then in about 2012, we stopped growing cotton. My youngest son still grows cotton. He has an irrigation farm, but we were all dryland on the home farm. But the seasons changed. The seasons have changed for us. We even though we may well get our average rainfall. It's more sporadic. But with our zero-till and so forth, we're able to hold more moisture, so we're farming better. We're growing more grain with less, which is wonderful. But for cotton, with the restrictions that we had with resistance management and having to plough, and also at the same time, alternate crops like chickpeas doubled in value and sorghum and doubled in value. So the alternatives became more profitable. So we swung out of cotton. There's no plan to grow it again on this farm.
Farming has always been a story of adaptation, whether in cotton production or across the broader agricultural landscape. Challenges like environmental concerns, insecticide resistance, and shifting industry demands push farmers to evolve. From horse-drawn equipment to high-powered tractors, and from traditional seed varieties to advanced genetics, each innovation has reshaped the industry. Yet through all these advancements, one priority remains unchanged: a commitment to environmental stewardship. Farmers like Jeff say stewardship isn't just a response to a challenge, it's a way of life. By embracing innovation and advocating for a better future, they ensure that agriculture continues to thrive despite external obstacles.
I learned to drive on a steel wheel tractor. Then we went from what we thought were big tractors, 55 horsepower, and now my sons have tractors that are nearly 700 horsepower. Then we ploughed and tilled, and we didn't fertilise. But we were fairly fortunate. We're quite naturally fertile soils, but they deplete quite quickly. And so we also had stock that we ran in conjunction with grain. And we went out of stock probably in about the 70s and just concentrated on grain. So then we started using fertiliser, and then we used to use in-crop sprays. And Roundup came, and so it was just an evolution of, and we've gone from all ploughs to no ploughs pretty much. We've gone from no fertiliser to pretty much all feedlot manure, and through the phase of synthetic fertilisers. And we still do use synthetic fertilisers from time to time if we've had a very wet season and need to top up. And then with the cotton, I mean, it's all GM technology now, where it used to be up to 16 or 20 sprays a year, and to the point now where the cotton gets sprayed no more than a week. It's actually been a wonderful transformation. I'm very proud of having been a small part of that.
Being part of agriculture's transformation toward better practices is rewarding in itself. Jeff has been a true trailblazer in stewardship, not only within the industry, but first and foremost on his own family farm. His deep-rooted passion for sustainability and stewardship has shaped the way he cares for the land, ensuring its health and productivity for future generations to come. As agriculture continues to evolve, Jeff appreciates seeing more farmers adopt innovative soil management practices, reinforcing a shared commitment to preserving the land.
I think what we're doing now, we are good stewards. Our zero tilling means we don't get the runoff. And look, when I was a kid, every time you saw water runoff, it was dirty and muddy. Now when you see water runoff, it's clear. I guess the downside of that is we don't see as much water runoff because we save most of the water. And so that creates a whole new issue of people say there's less flow in the rivers. Environmentally, I firmly believe we're massively ahead, particularly with GM cotton. GM cotton has been such a game changer. Because I think everything we do farm-wise now is much improved. Now, there's currently debate in this country, as there is worldwide, about some of the products that we use and registrations. And I think any of us would prefer not to have to use any products. I think the way we're using them now is responsible and sustainable. And we really do need power crop with our farming systems to manage resistance, so we don't end up like some areas of the world with the massive herbicide resistance problems. Thankfully, farmers have stepped up. The organisation that we've used it is called APVMA, and they called for submissions last year, and they were overwhelmed from farmer submissions to the point now where they've delayed any decision till the end of the year so they can work through the submissions. And without getting into the debate of changing climates, we do see our climate changing quite significantly here. And so we have to roll with the punches, and I believe we are.
Finding ways to use less but increase yields is what every farmer strives for. Having served as the director of the Cotton Research and Development Corporation in Australia, Jeff's work focused on finding alternatives to the traditional insecticides that showed solutions on the farm. This laid the foundation for a breakthrough moment when a biological insecticide showed answers to farmers' questions. It was just a matter of time before Jeff and his team's work paid off and others adapted this idea as well.
The local ag departments became interested and involved and started doing research here. And we were getting nowhere until a product was sent to us, which was a biological insecticide, which we tried and it actually worked a bit. That product was eventually registered in Australia and as elsewhere in the world. And so there was supply problems with it. There was quality problems with it. We decided to have a go ourselves and see if we could make it. And we did just that. And we're currently, I think, the biggest baculovirus supplier of nuclear polyhidrosis in the world at the moment. We have a factory in Fort Worth in America where we make it. We made it all in Australia, but we decided to expand to fall armyworm from just Helicoverpa, and there was no fall armyworm in Australia, so we couldn't grow live insects here, so we had to shift to somewhere where they had fall armyworm, and currently Brazil's our biggest market. So we've done a little bit there.
Sustainability and responsible stewardship empowers farmers like Jeff to explore and implement new agricultural innovations on their farms. As someone who worked on the early discovery of biologicals and alternatives for insecticides, Jeff understands the importance of not only adopting new technologies, but also grasping the science behind them. His commitment to advancing agricultural practices is reflected in his focus on the impact that biologicals and products like them have on crop production and overall sustainability.
The biological space, because it is somewhat unregulated, it's very easy for anyone to get up and say, we've got this product that will do all these wonderful things. We don't even advertise ourselves as a biological company. We're just a crop protection company. And so I see it's gaining momentum very significantly. And part of that, other fact is that there's so much pressure against chemicals, particularly in Europe. So there's a lot of demand for alternatives, which is part of the reason we started. Secondarily, there's not very many biological products that work as well as the chemical products. They all take a little bit more understanding, and some of them don't work at all. I mean, I think they will play a very strong role in years to come. Not complete. I don't see in my lifetime that we'll have an answer to everything with biologics. But no, I see a good future for them, but not a strong future in conjunction with chemicals.
Stewardship in agriculture extends beyond the land to the people as well. Good stewardship is also about supporting and investing in those people who are going to drive the future of agriculture. Recognizing the power of collaboration and shared knowledge, Jeff has actively contributed to advancing the industry by serving on various boards dedicated to agricultural research in Australia. Through his work and valuable connections, Jeff's commitment to agricultural progress ultimately led him to join the Global Farmer Network in 2007, where he continues to advocate for innovation and stewardship on farms worldwide.
From the mid-1990s till the mid-2000s, I was the director of the Cotton Research and Development Corporation in Australia, which is the peak body charged with directing cotton research. And in Australia, the government collects an amount from farmers each year per bale, which then the government matches for research. And so then they have a peak body set up to direct that research. And it's very strictly controlled with government rules of a corporation so that it is run properly. And at the time, Australia had access to GM technology. We were the first country in the world, I think, to grow any GM crop.
As the agricultural industry continues to evolve to meet the demands of a growing population, Jeff emphasizes how most farmers are committed to staying educated on new technologies and practices. The methods they adopt are rooted in science, demonstrating clear benefits not just for individual farmers, but for the industry as a whole. By embracing these innovations, farmers like Jeff are ensuring that agriculture remains sustainable, good stewards, and resilient in the face of future challenges.
Education, I guess. I mean, farmers have to understand the complex myriad of all the different products that they can use, the different types of technology they can use. And so I think it's probably to be in your fields and understand your fields and not do the 50-mile-an-hour drive-by. But I think most good farmers do that. I do think footsteps in the field and being interested in loving what you're doing probably is probably part of it. If you don't love what you're doing, you won't take the interest and you'll just get the big hammer out every time.
Jeff firmly believes that science, education, and stewardship are key to the future of the ag industry. With the support and resources provided by agricultural organizations, the industry will continue to thrive sustainably and meet the needs of a growing global population. Reflecting on this journey, Jeff highlights the pivotal role that the Global Farmer Network has played in advocating for agriculture, pushing forward important conversations and initiatives that shape the future of farming.
Global Farmer Network has played a wonderful role in stewardship of the stewards of the land. I mean, in helping them be connected and helping them be invigorated and feel that they are making a difference. In my case, I mean, it was remarkable surprise to me how our group grew when we started, the impact we had. It surprised me the number of wonderful people that came to us, the university professors and that, everyone sitting back watching, not knowing what to do. And as soon as there was a group of catalyst, then joining Global Farmer Network was a worldwide level of that gave you confidence and excitement that we were actually making a difference. And in Australia, I believe we did make a difference. When you look back, it's all changed now and everyone else claims the credit for it, but I think we were the catalyst. I think GFN's the steward of the stewards.
Leaders like Jeff are a promise to the future of stewardship and sustainability. His work and research helped contribute to the development of biologicals and insecticides in Australia, and eventually globally, supporting further innovations and advancements in soil management practices that have benefited both his farm and others. Jeff's unwavering passion for stewardship continues to drive his commitment to sustainable farming, ensuring that future generations can farm with the same care and responsibility he has demonstrated throughout his career. It's clear that the past 25 years have created a lasting legacy of support, knowledge sharing, and unity within the Global Farmer Network. From the global roundtables that bring farmers together to the practical advice that transcends borders, the organization has made a profound impact, and we can't wait to see what the next 25 years will bring. If you're interested in learning more about the Global Farmer Network's mission and its members, seeing some of the things the organization is doing, and finding out how you can get involved, please visit globalfarmernetwork.org. And if you'd like to support the Global Farmer Network through a donation, you can do so at globalfarmernetwork.org/donate. If you enjoyed the podcast today, be sure to subscribe and follow the Global Farmer Network on social media: Facebook, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. Until next time, I'm Delaney Howell, and this has been the Global Farmer Voices podcast.